Hello and welcome to the Titus Timeout podcast. I'm Jenny Abney-Civey and I hope everyone had a great holiday. Since it's kind of the end of a holiday week, I thought instead of doing a detailed topic on HVAC, I would just do a brief recap of what happened in the industry and at Titus in 2013. So 2013 started with ASHRAE in Dallas, which set a record for Southwest shows with 51,000 attendees. In that show, we launched our new rebranded look, which I think is pretty awesome. So hopefully you've seen our new logo by now. And I really love our new tagline, redefine your comfort zone. So many of you have known the Titus name for a long time, but I think in 2013 we really stepped out of our comfort zone and jumped into some cool new things. For one, we launched the Titus Timeout podcast, and they've been a big hit. We've had a lot of great feedback from all our listeners, so thank you very much for listening. We also launched our Titus eBooks app. So as much as I like reading, I would much rather watch a video or have someone explain something to me than read the instructions or read the directions on something to have to learn it. So when I realized that I could add multimedia content to the Titus engineering guidelines and their technical explanations, I jumped on the chance. We've expanded the app to include all these podcasts as well as our mini quick reference catalog, and we'll be adding more stuff to it in 2014. So if you don't have the app yet, you can get it by going here, bit.ly/TTS-ebooks, and the TTS is capitalized and the B in books is capitalized. Or you can scan this QR code right now and get it there. It's only available for Apple products right now, but it'll be out on Android later this year. We also released Team 7 that included our chill beam selection program, and you're actually going to see Teams 8 with the fan quill selection announced in the next week or two, so look for that information soon. Let me make a little room here. The other super cool thing we did was create a Google Street View-like map of our lab and technology center called the Comfort Zone. So now you can go online and virtually walk through our building. So here's a little video I took off of Google where you start in our lobby, and as you click, just like you walk through Google Street View, you'll go in from the lobby into our training room. You can look around. We'll step a little further into the training room here, and then we'll look around in the training room. So it's as simple as that. And you can get there by typing Titus in Google Maps or going to bit.ly/tour Titus, and the T in tour and Titus are capitalized. On the green building front, there were a lot of discussions in 2013 about whether the GSA and the Department of Defense should recommend LEED for their buildings or not. But in the end, they both concluded, again, that LEED should still be used. Right after the GSA decision was made, LEED version 4 was released at Greenville in Philadelphia. There were some major changes to this version. Some credits were moved around or combined, and two new sections were created: Integrative Process and Location and Transportation. A couple of credits relative to HVAC were also updated. The Optimized Energy Efficiency credit used to use a benchmark of ASHRAE 90.1 2007 to calculate energy efficiency, whereas now the new standard has ASHRAE 90.1 2010. Scoot this up a little bit. And the percentage improvement needed to achieve points has also changed. In the old standard, under 2007, you had to achieve a 12 to 48% reduction in energy over ASHRAE 2007, and in the new standard, version 4, you have to achieve a 6 to 50% reduction in energy over ASHRAE 90.1 2010. All of the ASHRAE standards referenced in version 4 were updated to the 2010 version of the ASHRAE standard as well, so now you have to meet ASHRAE 62.1 2010 and ASHRAE 55 2010. I'll do a future podcast that covers the changes in LEED version 4. So while we're talking about standards, ASHRAE pretty much updated all the major standards related to our corner of the industry in 2013. In October, standards 62.1 2013 and 90.1 2013 were updated, and in December, ASHRAE 55 2013 was released, as well as ASHRAE 170 2013. ASHRAE 170 is ventilation of healthcare facilities. We will definitely discuss this standard in a future podcast. Now let's look back at the construction market in 2013. The Architectural Billing Index is a survey of the work on the boards at architectural firms across the country. It's a leading economic indicator that leads non-residential construction activity by approximately 9 to 12 months. The ABI over 50 shows an increase in workflow, and ABI below 50 shows a decrease. The ABI started 2013 at 54.2 and ended, through November at least, at 49.8, and it averaged about 52 throughout the year. So the trend kind of looks like this over the last couple of years. So let's scoot all this up a little bit. Dodge market data shows us the construction starts in 2013. The year started 1% down to the previous year, dropped down to about 9% through the mid-year, and came back to about 8% up over 2012 by November. So this is what the trend for Dodge has looked like going back to 2009. You can see this area over here is the recession. So let's move this up again. So lastly, U.S. labor statistics show that construction employment was up 3.2% through November over 2012, with 40 states showing an increase in construction employment. So across the U.S. that looks like this, with the blue states having increases in employment and the orange states as having decreases. So what does all this data mean? Well, the general consensus is that 2014 is going to look up for construction, and I really hope so. So those are the major things that affected our part of the industry last year. I think that 2014 has some really cool stuff in store for us, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for taking a time out with us, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.